Good morning, people. Welcome to Ecom and beyond.
Buenos dias. Guten Morgen.
Good morning. Appreciate everyone being here. Anthony's busting out some different ways to say good morning, I believe. I think. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Hope you got many packages going out.
I got a couple.
You got a couple?
Yeah, mailman's going to be mad at me again today because I didn't schedule a pickup this weekend. I forgot.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even know how many Amazon I got going up, but I got some. I didn't pack any Friday.
You know what I'm low-key thinking about doing? You know how I have the Ring doorbell? I'm literally thinking about making like a mailman collab video where literally like you'll just see the mailman cussing me out for like taking all my packages when I forget to schedule orders and stuff like that.
Dude, my main mailman is the man. Like, he's so cool. He'll knock on the door when I don't have a pickup just to see if I have anything hanging and stuff. So
that's awesome.
It's just whenever I don't have my main mailman come in and do my packages, that's when there's a problem or an issue, because he'll be like, oh, because they actually changed their mail trucks. I don't know if they did this in your area too. Instead of having like the delivery, like normal, like delivery, like the mail vehicle, they went to a van.
Yeah, that's what they do here too. For pickups, the person who does the pickups, they do a minivan.
Well, no, I mean, like they'll do the regular mail in the minivan instead of instead of having the old school, like the mailman type vehicle or whatever it's called.
I haven't really checked though, because I've been doing pickups, so I don't know if it would be different if I wasn't doing pickups. I couldn't really tell you, but yeah, I noticed they come in a minivan to my house too.
Yeah,
but like 9 times out of 10 I schedule a pickup, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
So the first person we got in this morning is Jennifer Hayes. She is first. She says first, yay. Good morning, Jennifer.
Mel says she has 2 surgeries this week. First is today in an hour. Mel, I'll definitely be praying for you. Let me know if you need anything. Hope everything goes well with your surgeries.
Yeah, definitely. We got Cajun Roots Reseller. What up, Johnny? Good morning. We have the Lone Star Picker. It says, Jennifer, you're always first in my book. Howdy to Everyday Hustlin, Pittsburgh. Good morning from the little big town of Austin, Texas. That's definitely a bigger town than Motown, where I'm at. Good morning to Emily Conway. Appreciate you being here.
Emily.
We have Sandollar in the house. Good morning.
Hey, Ray.
Simply Dana. What is going on?
She's simply amazing.
You know,
she's simply the best. Dana's better than all the rest. There's a copyright strike coming. I'm just predicting that.
Appreciate that.
I just took you to Motown.
We got Myra Buying Space. What is up?
Morning, Myra.
We got Dan the Man. How's it going, my friend?
Did you bring the answers this morning, Dan?
He says, good morning. Hope no one has the case of the Mondays. I love Mondays now. I'm off on Mondays. It's going to be weird for the first couple weeks, but I'm definitely loving it right now. We got Cajun Reseller. What is up, buddy? We got DC Sales.
That's the master of the license plate.
That's what I hear. We got Eagle Heart Sales. Hello, nice people. Hello. Appreciate you being here.
Good morning to you, Eagle Heart.
We got KJ in the house. What up?
Morning, KJ.
Steel Hearts for all. Tease Flips.
Hey, Tracy.
Mel's having them surgeries. Good morning, Mel. Appreciate you being here. Hope all that goes well. I know that's tough.
You said it like it's something. Yeah, Mel, you're having them surgeries.
We got Yellow Brick Road Reselling. What is up?
Good morning.
She has a 12 o'clock show. It's called the, I think it's like the lunch break 12 o'clock live show. So check that out.
What's for lunch today, Tamara?
That is a good question. Because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
We got Bernie Brands in the house. You know she got them brands.
She does. She is definitely branded.
Bill D, what up? Good morning. Appreciate you being here.
Good morning, Bill.
We got Frank in the house. Struck a luck. What up, man?
Morning,
Frank. In a while. Good to see you. JRKR 1965.
What is up, Jen?
Ventures with the Hudsons. How you doing? Appreciate you being here.
No.
Seesaw Flips. One of the people got me into the card craze. Appreciate you being here. We got the Thrifting Goomba. What up, Mike?
Hey, Michael.
No money, G.
Unit.
What up? We got Money for Mars. He says, damn, it's Monday. Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing about being a reseller. It's like Mondays. The only thing that really matters different about a Monday is you just have more stuff to ship.
Yeah.
Unless you have a really crappy weekend. But for the most part, we normally have more stuff to ship on a Monday.
I've had my shares of both. So I'm happy to be able to be off on Monday and like kind of take my time shipping stuff throughout the day or packing because I got Amazon stuff going out. I should get 2 like decent sized orders out today, and then I have some merchant fuel going out. So I'll be busy packing most of the day.
It's awesome.
Katie says, I want to let you and Anthony. I talked to my dad last night, and my dad and stepmom, which will be 92 this Saturday, they both got tested back, and they do not have the corona.
Awesome, man. I'm glad that they do not have the Rona.
Right.
And happy early birthday as well to them.
Happy.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep, Jimmy has a premiere today at 11:30, guys. And then right after his, there's a really handsome guy that happens to live in Pittsburgh that has a premiere. I'm
going to give you guys a show exclusive. There might even be another pre-recorded video from this guy tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys early exclusive for that.
Exclusive.
Steampunk Town, what up?
Good
Morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty well this morning. Pretty well. Oh,
outside of the fact that the first thing I see in the morning is Nate's face, I'm doing great. Just kidding.
Better way. At least she didn't. Oh, never mind.
You see, I wake up and see Nate before he puts in the lion tamer. And if you saw the pre-recorded video I did on yesterday, you'll see what that looks like. Because there may or may not have been a cameo of Nate pre-lion tamer in that video.
We got Worldwide Wares. What is up? Appreciate you being here.
Good morning.
We got Moronic Pest in the house. Good morning. Appreciate you being here. Michelle Lathan. Always good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Michelle. Nikki T.
There's
Zion Whisper is in the house.
Nikki. You freeze? Or you
I
just
freeze. My chat froze.
I can never tell with Nate because like he's just a still person, you know what I mean? Like
we got my mama in the house.
What?
Good to see you.
Hello, Mrs. Dismera.
Appreciate you hanging out. And if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. My chat was just jumping up and down, doing it all around.
So now I feel like I would be on good behavior because Mama's in the house. Yeah. She's like, no, she's seen this crazy dude on here before.
Right. She's seen me all my life, so she knows the crazy. Igor itself had 4 to ship out today. They're thankful to going out. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know how many I got to pack today, but it's going to be a long packing day. I got all caught up with everything that had to go out, which some stuff I just totally kept pushing back, but everything's going out today. Thank goodness. Amazon stuff, merch fulfill, because of my topic today, burnout. Burnout is real. It is real. It is basically put my Amazon business in a chokehold. And I just want to hear and see what things people have gone through this, what they have done to get out of it. Because it took me a while to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it literally took me 6 weeks of just doing nothing. Not really nothing, but like, just doing very minimal on the, I do the eBay, the Macari. I had some merch fulfill going out, but other than that, like, I'd go source. It'd be really dry. I'd have stuff just sit here that need to be sent FBA. Never like shipped it out. And for a person like myself, like, I always thought burnout was not going to happen, because I do enjoy the reselling and everything like that. But it was just the merch fulfill. The merch fulfill like really strangled like my I don't know, like my reselling juices, because there was just so much, and I've never had that much stuff have to get like pushed out the door in a timely manner to get things really rolling. Have you ever had anything like that? Have you ever had like the burnout or went through a burnout phase, Anthony?
Oh, dude, yeah, I've definitely been through burnout several times doing this. Like, for me, it's easier to get burnout because, like, a lot of times, like, especially like when we went through that crazy merch fulfill phase that burnt you out, like, for me, like, it's even harder because, like, to lift all the boxes and do like all like the sitting in a chair for hours on end, like, it's just like painful to me. So for me, it like burns me out quicker and it stresses me out faster. So like for me, I have to almost pace myself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it like I can run like we were running merch fulfilled, during the pandemic. Like I can run like that for a little while, but like if I'm doing that constantly, like I'm definitely going to burn out. So I have to constantly switch things up for myself. And a lot of times I'll set goals for the day before I even like leave my bed in the morning. You know what I mean? Like I'll be thinking through my head, okay, well, I have, this tote that needs listed. I have this that needs listed. You know what I mean? So like I'll set small attainable goals for myself for the day. And then if it's like a Monday or a Tuesday, because those are typically my busier days, I'll set smaller goals because I know that, X amount of my time's already going to be eaten up by either packing or YouTube or, something like that. So I try to, I try to make it realistic, that way because when you're a reseller, your job's really never done. And there's an unlimited amount of work you could be doing. So whenever I set myself small, attainable goals, I don't feel like I didn't get much done in the day, or I don't feel like unaccomplished or anything like that. Because like the bare minimum that I set for myself in that day is always something that, with, a good effort, I could always knock it out, so. That's something I try to do, and that helps me with burnout. But
Right.
when you work for yourself, it's easy to burn yourself out, because if you're not working, you're not getting paid. So there's you just need to have a good balance is really what I think it comes down to. But I don't think most of us have the issue of working. I think most of us probably have the issue of setting time aside so that we don't burn out.
Right. See, that's what my problem was. Like, I would work until basically like my body would pass out. Like, it wouldn't be like, okay, it's time for bed. It'd be, no, I'd pass out in this chair. I would pass out upstairs, or I'd come home from work on a Sunday because I work at 5 a.m, and I would just pass out for 12 hours. And then, that would be like kind of my reset button. I want to say good morning to OBX Picker. Good morning. Appreciate you being here. Steampunk Town had a question. Hey, guys, I have a question for both of you. Always wanted to start my own YouTube channel, but just wondering how you guys deal with all the negativity.
Okay, so the first thing is you just kind of got to have thick skin. And I was lucky in the sense, well, I don't want to say I'm lucky, but like, you know what I mean? I was a chubby fat kid getting, purple nurples and titty twisters, and you know what I mean? So like I've been called stuff my whole life, you know what I mean? So like I'm used to it, like, and like being in wrestling and like going in front of people in spandex, being my size, like that's literally desensitized me to a lot of things. Plus, like I was lucky in the sense that I didn't realize YouTube had a spam folder until like maybe a month ago. And I was like, man, I got like the nicest people watching my channel. Like, and then I found the spam folder and I was like, whoa. So just be like me and don't ever look at a spam folder and you'll be good.
Yeah,
For the most part, YouTube holds a lot of like harmful comments back.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it will hold duplicates and all types of stuff. So that is a saving grace if you're not really like super active on your comments, like being able to check them every one drops. So it's
I've
actually
had some wild ones. I should actually film a video of some of these comments because they are so out of left field. It's insane, but it's funny at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you got to focus on why you're doing it, and the negative people are going to come regardless of if you're doing, if you have 1 million subs, if you have 10 subs, like they're going to come because there's people that enjoy just trying to ruin someone's day, you know what I mean? Because of whatever's going on in our life. Or they're just bored, you know what I mean? So just mainly just focus on what you're doing, what you want to put out there, and what your goals are for your job or for your channel, just like you were doing a business or a job, you know what I mean? And if they say something smart or ignorant, just block them and just forget them. And like Anthony said, like we usually don't get too much, but we do get some. But it happens. It's going to happen. You got to expect it, and you just got to know how to roll with the punches when it does come. That's all.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll get way more love than you will negativity. So, like, say if you get like one negative comment out of like 50 really awesome ones, you just need to not let the one negative bother you. Most of the time it's probably just somebody that's like jealous of you, or I've always been told hurt people. So there's something like, and Gary Vee's talked about this a lot lately. Like, what's going on in your life that it's so bad that to make you feel better about yourself that you need to come and try to ruin a complete stranger's day. You know what I mean? So when you think of it like that, it's sad in a sense, you know what I mean? That somebody is in such inner turmoil that the only way that they can get relief is to try to make you feel the same way. So when you look at it from that perspective, it kind of changes things a little bit. Plus, from what I understand, I've been told that there's such a thing as like ghost blocking or something like that, to where like they're blocked and you don't see them, but like to them, they're still doing everything they're doing. So like you're still getting like the interaction and stuff with YouTube, but it's not like causing rent in your head or whatnot. As far as like my channel goes, like I don't think I've blocked anyone yet, but then again, like my spam folder's like taking care of all the work for me. So like I haven't really, like, the only thing I've had to do like is every once in a while I'll go through, like, some people, like, I don't know if they're bots or what they are, but they'll like try to drop porn links on some of my videos, and any of those that make it through, I just go through and delete those. But other than that, like, I haven't really had a whole lot of issues with that kind of stuff as of yet, luckily.
Definitely. KR says, never had burnout. I like doing this so much. I could dig it. Yellow Brick Road said the shutdown in March was great timing for me. I was getting burnt out from reselling, overwhelming when you need to continue to feed the beast. I agree. For me in March, whenever the shutdown came, like I did a great push in FBA. Like it was perfect timing. It was like literally once I had mine out, like 2 days later, they shut down some FBA stuff. So it gave me a little bit of a break, but that's when I realized, hey, there's so much, like so many different categories and products that I can go grab right now that there's no competition on. And that's what started the burning out phase, I would say. And then recently, like I said, like probably about 5 weeks worth of burnout is what it took for me to kind of finally really get out of it. T Slips asks, got a negative feedback last week. Think that has hurt my sales. Was past 30 days return window. Guys still gave me a negative saying a item doesn't work. Wonder if it can get removed. if you call eBay, they should remove it. If not, they'll tell you to get a hold of the seller and trying to basically get them to either return the item, and if they don't, then they'll remove it. So you might have that on there for a little bit, depending on what they, how they determine that fact. They almost, every experience I've had recently, they'll actually want you to message the buyer saying, hey, you could still return this, even though it went past that window. They'll still most of the time make you do that. So the best thing to do is just call them, see what plan of action that they have. If they see the messages going back and forth that you guys have really tried to get it to work out, then they should just take it off.
Yeah, I would say it's weird because I do see Jen's point too, where she loves it too much to burn out. Because the only time I really feel like I've burnt out was really like the same time you burn out, like the whole merch fulfill thing, where like literally we were tied to our desks packing merch fulfill for like literally days at a time. Like that burnt me out. But I don't know that I've ever really been burnt out of like the whole eBay thing. And really the only reason for that is just because like for example, yesterday I sat down and I listed all those cards. Like I was enjoying myself looking at those cards and messing with them. You know what I mean? So like there's like a little bit of like, if I'm interested in the topic, I don't mind messing with them and, looking them up and doing like all that kind of stuff with it. But if it's like, a product that I could literally care less about, you know what I mean? Or like it doesn't have like some kind of emotional attachment or something like that, it's a lot easier for me to like burn out. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Although I'm sure if I literally sat here for days on end packing cards, it'd probably get boring too.
Yeah, like whenever I was bringing home all those items, and then they would literally sell out like in a day or two or whatever. It went from fun to source, find stuff, great success. Like I was having great success, but it was so much heavy lifting, so much, boxing up, so much work. You know what I mean? Like it was actually like for me, it was like an overload of the work. So like me and my wife have talked about doing couple different things, or maybe even bringing in somebody when we do go super ham on the merch fulfill, and then bringing in somebody to pack for X amount of hours, or do some other stuff too. They'll get like a full work day, and then I'm able to keep doing what I enjoy. I'll go keep going and get those items or different items, or keep doing that, where then this person's just going to pack. So for them, it might get monotonous. It might get, be like work, but they're looking for like a side job or hustle, especially if we're going to go through another pandemic or whatever. Lone Star Picker said, unfortunately, if one to admit, when in a funk, it's often contributed by way too much YouTube, video games, net, but one must maintain focus.
Yeah, for sure. The funny thing about that is like I was in that exact same mode yesterday, because yesterday, like this weekend was a real bad like pain weekend for me. So yesterday, like literally I was like, screw it, I'm hurting, I can pack orders tomorrow, I can do whatever I need to do in my basement tomorrow. I went and I was like, I'm gonna go lay in bed and I'm gonna play my Switch. And like Nate can attest, like literally me and him were sitting there hanging out in like a private hangout, and I was literally sitting there playing 2K on my Switch. And then I got a message from Uncle B, and he was telling me about his premiere that he has scheduled for today and everything like that. And in the back of my head, I'm like, man, like I haven't even started editing a video yet. You know what I mean? And normally, like my thing is like, okay, well, if I'm going to go lay down for a while, I'll take like my laptop upstairs, or I'll do something so that I can do some kind of work. That way I'm not like just wasting time. And like, it was like for the first time and like forever, it like clicked in my mind. Like, yeah, I'm like starting to get back in that mode. Like, screw it, I'm just going to play 2K. You know what I mean? I don't need to worry about editing. I don't need to worry about this. I don't need to worry about that. And then when I got that message from Uncle B, it was like it put back into perspective what's important. It's like, yeah, I can play 2K, but I should edit my video first. That way tomorrow Like I actually have content to release to the world, rather than spending the entire day playing NBA 2K. So,
See, that's
I did a little bit of both.
That might be like part of the reason why I went burnout. Like I didn't have anything to really enjoy. Like me and you talk, after the show behind the scenes. Like I'm trying to get a Switch or another system just to kind of game because It's funny because like with the cards, it's something that I loved in my pastime. Video games was always a super huge piece, all the way up into my middle 20s. You know what I mean? Basically up until I had kids and stuff. They were always a huge thing. I was always a huge gamer, playing for hours and hours and hours. I've always been someone that kind of had an addictive personality to all things almost in a way, like stuff, at least the stuff I love, and I have to kind of make sure I hit what I need to do between days off and things like that, or like in business, like Anthony said, like should I edit a video or should I play the 2K? Like that's stuff I need to try and focus, but also give myself time to enjoy the things that I've worked so hard to get and to have, you know what I mean? And my thing has always been push it to the limit, keep things super moving because I want to like get this thing jumping. But if I have burnouts, like even once a year, where I have a month where I have like say 2,000 in Amazon sales, which for some people that's decent. For me, that's terrible. That's not me sending any inventory in, and like my bad stuff that has been sitting just kind of sold. So in a way, that was nice to kind of bring my inventory down, like with storage, and just kind of let it like sell out and some stuff or sell some of the stuff. But in a way, like it totally like killed what my business could be, because that month I'll never get back. So I have to find time for myself, find time to enjoy stuff, and not only do the business. You know what I mean? Even if that's 1 hour on a day off, like that's better than not doing it and just chancing the burnout.
You know what? The crazy thing is, you taking hours off of it would probably increase the productivity, because it would recharge your batteries. That way you'd be working at like 100% rather than at like the 50% you normally work at.
Right. I agree.
$2 super chat from West Side Gary.
What up, Gary? Appreciate you. Throw you up on there. You had an awesome auction. Awesome auction, man. If anyone isn't subscribed to Gary, please check him out. He does auctions on Saturdays at 9 Eastern in the morning.
No, he does Pacific. 9 Pacific. It's noon Eastern.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
But I think he only does like one a month or something like that. You can verify that, Gary, and let everybody know when your next one is.
Definitely.
Unless you want him to do them every Saturday, that'd be cool.
Kelly said that Amazon just sent out some changes. They're going to start due to the impact of COVID. Your IPEI number needs to be over 500. The quality limits on items, etc. It's an email from them. I'm going to check it out because I think I'm right under that right now. So that could affect me moving forward, even though I don't go too deep and stuff, or send in all my items of one. Like if I had 100 or something, I usually don't send in 100. That could definitely affect me and others. So check that out. Make sure your IPEI number starts getting above 500. JRKR says that, yes, if you think of everything you should just be doing, it's just encouraging, right?
Yeah, that's why I set those small, manageable goals for the day. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, it changes your perspective. Like if your goal literally is, I have this one tote and that's what needs to be accomplished today. I'm going to ship out my orders and I'm going to list this one tote. Anything you do above that, it's like you killed it that day. Like you literally crushed that day. So it changes your outlook on things. You know what I mean? And what's a manageable day for you. You know what I mean? So set a real attainable goal, and like it'll change things. Like your productivity will go up because you're not going to be so worried about taking care of everything. You'll be focused on one thing, and it'll really help a lot.
That's a good point. Brittany says, when I get burned out, I go thrifting. It's my favorite part of the job. Finding new things spark the excitement.
Yeah.
That's basically what I was doing still. Like even though I was burning out,
Yeah.
I'm still doing some sourcing, but it just wasn't a lot of good stuff or profitability for like Amazon. Garage sales were kind of low. I mean, I was going to Goodwills. I'm going to have to do a video just showing you how my local Goodwill is. It's disheartening, and the prices are high, and at least they're going back doing their color days. But I mean,
that's like that too. But then I go and find that big stack of video games the other day. You know what I mean? Like, and it's very rare, but it's possible. You know,
yeah.
You can find something, but yeah, I feel you. It's dry a lot around here.
Even if it's a 1% chance, I should still go by and check it, because all it takes, 2 minutes to jump out of your car and jump in and look at that for sure. Uncle B says, when I had a full-time job and part-time reseller, I would in general get burned out, and reselling always is the victim in that scenario. Being full-time, I really don't get burned out. That's what I have a feeling. If I would be full-time, like reselling, I wouldn't get burned out either, because I would definitely have time to have enjoyable moments way more, because like if I work today, for example, I do the show, I pack some stuff, I do list some stuff, and then I go to work for 8 hours or 10 hours. Mm-hmm. Then I come home, and then, I have more stuff to pack, or, I still have other stuff to do. And then I don't get any of that enjoyable times as much, at least. So I just got to work on getting better with, time for me, time with the kids more, and, really enjoy things. Worldwide Ware says, burnout always seems to happen after I binge list. Yeah, I could definitely understand that.
It's different for me, because some days, like, literally I could throw up 50 listings, and like some days that like fuels me to want to do more. But it just depends on what I'm listing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm throwing up 50 video games, then I'm excited about it. If I'm throwing up, like, say 50 pieces of glassware, or like, something that I don't know about, that's going to be, for example, clothing. I hate listing clothing. My wife will zip through clothing like it's nothing, really fast. But for me, it's like, especially women's clothing, because I don't know what anything's called. Like, I still don't know the difference between a button up and a button down. And Hip Flip and Mom has told me like about 500 times. And I'm pretty sure I own both variants in my wardrobe. But you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, like, drives me crazy. And I find that I will burn out so much faster listing inventory that is either difficult to research or that I just don't enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, if it's something that's enjoyable, that's easy to list, like the more I list of it, like if it like fuels me. But if it's something that like is horrible to list for me, it's like it's literally like dragging feet, and it sucks.
Robert Pest says, I get in a funk procrastinating doing my taxes every year at this time, so I end up just not listing until they are filed. Have an appointment with the accountant today to file. I'm glad you said that, because I have to file my extension.
Yeah, I just did my taxes, like last week or the week before, something like that.
Yeah, I need more time. I'm not going to be able to do it today. There's just no way with everything I got going on, and then I work tomorrow, and yeah, there's no way. So I'm glad you said that. I have to set up a extension to do that today.
Kelly says, button down means the collar buttons to the shirt. Gotcha. The other would be button up. Okay. So then if there's something on the collar coming down, that's a button down. Gotcha.
Finally starting to catch up in chat here. I didn't want to miss any of the good comments. We got Dapper Tiger in the house. Appreciate you being here. Storage Auction Rookies. What is up?
What's the timestamp where you're at, Nate?
10:25.
Okay, so you're at least getting closer. I was just wondering.
Yeah,
okay, so you're at least 10 minutes in the past.
We got James. What is up? Oh, it just flipped all the way up. So I'm in the correct time zone now. We got Flip Goodies. What up, Mike? Phoenix Flipper. What up, Matt? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back in the present with you guys. I feel like Pittsburgh sometimes he'll get lagged behind because he'll do the same thing I was doing. I was trying to trade everyone's stuff.
Yep. Sometimes you just got to gun it to 88 and come back to the present day. You know.
That's what I was doing. I was like, man, I'm falling real behind because like it would jump every once in a while real hard, and then I have to zoom back up. But yeah, definitely. Good.
Money for Mars says extension to file is not an extension to pay. Found that out the hard way last year.
Really? Well, I don't think I have to pay. I think I'm in the clear because this year is going to be a like all my stuff is together type thing because I wasn't LLC'd. So my personal and my business is going to be together this year, but next year it's going to be separate. So I'll actually have a little bit of a refund, luckily. So
there you go.
I shouldn't have to worry about having to pay anything.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's part of the reason why I knew I was okay, because when I did my first draft of doing it, like I had the majority of it done, and then I was just like, you know what, I need to set away some time to really look at all perspectives because I didn't want to miss certain things. Or I might just go to a professional. I might still do that. But because it's on the personal level, I think I can still do it.
Gotta say what's up to Georgina. Appreciate you being here. Awesome seeing your smiling British face.
Scott says LLC doesn't make your taxes separate. You will still have to file the same. Will I? I thought with my...
you'll just file one tax, dude. It'll be like under you, since you're like a one-person thing.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Like if you had like employees and stuff like that, it might be different. But since it's just you, you'll just file like one income tax type thing.
It's good to know.
I didn't know that either. I thought it was going to be a separate thing too. That's why I wanted an accountant to do it.
Yeah, I figured business is business and personal is personal. I figured that. I mean, that's part of the reason why I even, well, not the only reason why I did it. I did it for the wholesale side of things too. But yeah, that was one of the main things I wanted to keep. I just wanted to keep it separate.
Victoria's in the house. What up, Victoria? Good to see you.
We got Jody. What up? Appreciate you being here. We have Victoria. What is up? Love the morning show. I try to make it as much as I can, but I always tend to sleep in. But I was there today for a good hour. It's always good to catch you guys.
Wow, Eric's doing an 8-hour listing spree tomorrow. That's crazy, dude. That's awesome, though, man. Like, I remember back in the day, man, we used to do working hangouts pretty much all day. And, like, we'd bounce from, like, one channel to the next. And it was, like, I miss those days, dude. We haven't done, like, those, like, live working hangouts in a while.
We might have to, I mean, I'm always open to do them or whatever.
For sure.
It's just most of the time, whenever we hang out, like, privately or whatever, you're upstairs, like, laid back, and I'm
laid back
down here letting my beard really hang out. Worldwide Ware says you have to do at least the income part for the extension. Deduction can be done later. Okay, and I have all that information, of course. So that's no
Buffalo Picker in the house. What up, man? Betty Webb here. Good to see you guys.
Appreciate both of y'all coming in. Buffalo Picker, I'm finally getting my Amazon mojo back. This burnout was rough. I don't know if part of it was me enjoying the cards so much, like collecting, getting back and buying. I know going and buying, watching the auctions and really sniping was part of it too. So Sandollar asks, what do you do if you sell an item and eBay doesn't end it under them, order it, and you don't have it? What do you do if you sell an item and eBay don't end it, then someone order it and you don't have it? So someone
sounds like a glitch to me, like if you would have sold the item on eBay, whereas it should have then made it a sold item, but it keeps it an active item and it resells. Sounds to me like there's some kind of a glitch, maybe in like the quantity of the item or something like that. Or what I would do, like first thing is I would see if you can drop ship it. You know what I mean? Like if you can buy it off someone else and just have it fulfilled to the customer and make $1 or even break even. That would be the first thing. If I can't do that, then I would just cancel it and just let them know, like, hey, there's I'm sorry, but I'm out of this item right now. You might take a little bit of a ding on your account, but there's not really much else you can do without taking a loss.
Yeah. I mean,
first thing I always look to do is drop ship it from someone else if I can find it cheap enough.
We've seen a number of glitches on eBay's side, and I'm going to say for the most part, they push it on us as the reseller versus, okay, we'll credit you or we'll fix it. I remember the free shipping glitch. I got burned once or twice, basically taking a loss on the item because it cost $15 to ship to California. So it was a huge thing I had to come up with. Buffalo Picker says he has a FBA rolling out today. Feel you on the mojo. I had to snap out of it before it's too late because it's starting to get that time.
I had to go over there and grab him by his shirt and smack him around a little bit. I grabbed him by his beard, slammed him on the desk a couple times, and then he woke up and he was like, all right, the Guru Pika is getting ready to go make some Amazon money. First thing he did was he got up, he put on his Guru shirt, and then he grabbed his vape and went, and then he made all kinds of money.
All right.
The rest is history.
Starting to get into that special time of the year where we start talking about fourth quarter or sending some stuff in. I know you have been, and I don't know if it's just some of the places I source from being really, really dried up or what, but I'm back.
You talking about reseller playoffs?
We got Lobster in the house. What up, Lobster? He's my go-to on Instagram if I need to find something funny or something because he cracks me up all the time. He'll start singing in the van, and
I want to see Lobster go on lip sync battle royal with LL Cool J. I feel like he would have like a chance to win.
T-Flip says I would contact eBay first, see what they say, and let the buyer know eBay had a glitch. Yeah, that would be. Yeah. No matter what, I always contact eBay, even though like we'll be doing the show and we'll talk about something happening and how they didn't help. I'll still call them because sometimes it's just the person that you're dealing with. And from my experience, if you call early in the morning, like 8 or 9 in the morning, you have a better chance of getting that resolved the best way possible versus if you call late night. I don't know if that gets to like a call center or something that they don't have the power that a normal person does early in the morning, but that's usually what happens for me. Like, because I usually stay up till 3 in the morning, I used to call and try to get some of my stuff done like that, like customer service or, those horrible, I got to make this phone call type thing. And I would call them late at night and I would never get anything resolved. And then I'd have to call back in the morning and then it would be fine. OBX Picker says, are you guys starting to gear up for Q4? Honestly, I should have probably started gearing up about a month ago, to be honest. But, it's never too late, especially if you're trying to do like the wholesale side. You can always kind of catch up that way if you kind of have an idea of what's going to be super hot. There's been an item that I've grabbed every year that's been slightly changed a little bit every year, and it has always been on fire for me. So I'll grab a bunch of those, and I'm gonna actually try and find that wholesale, so this way I can save a little money and I can guarantee my inventory. Nikki says, Pittsburgh, I'm now wanting to get to the Disney store here.
I was just responding during the chat. So for anybody that has Disney stores near them, in the Disney store video we released yesterday, Ashley pointed out some items that I threw comps on the screen for. Essentially, they have a special thing for Minnie Mouse this year. It's called Minnie Mouse, the Main Attraction. So anything Minnie Mouse, the Main Attraction, you can go and buy at retail, turn around, and at least get double your money on right now. For example, they have a plush that comes out every month, a pin set that comes out every month, mugs that come out every month. There might be like a couple other items like that. During the pandemic, Ashley was direct ordering that stuff from Disney directly to our house. And basically she keeps one for herself, flips the rest on like Macari and Posh and stuff like that. So any of you guys that are near a Disney store, at least pull out your phone and comp any of the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction stuff you see. Not everything's going to be super valuable, but the majority of it is at least a good double up. So definitely check it out. And if you guys are curious what that is, you can always go watch yesterday's video. And like I said, I do throw up comps on the screen, and you can actually see where they're located in the store, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Dee and Nikki said their nearest Disney store is about 2 hours away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ours is like 45 minutes away. It's on like the other end of Pittsburgh. But when my wife wanted to go, I said, "You're making a YouTube video, babe." That's how she drags me places now. She goes, "But we can make a video." And she'll give me like the cute little face, like, but you can put it on YouTube.
Tell her she needs to start pushing some traffic to the channel so it could pay for some of these shopping trips.
Yeah,
like we need Ashley to be head of the social media department here at Ecom Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Jay said that there's 2 Disney stores in his city, but they're both closed due to the virus.
Yeah, this one just opened this last week. We might have been there the first day for all I know that it was opened. But yeah, Ash was thrilled to like be able to go.
Kelly said sold some Winnie the Pooh women's shoes yesterday or last night. Sold them this morning. Paid $2 for them in a estate sale yesterday. Disney stuff does so well, so well, and I mean, no matter basically what it is or when you sell it,
yeah,
it's gonna have that demand because it is Disney stuff.
And that's the cool thing too. Like, just like my wife is an obsessed Disney freak, and she buys these collectibles for herself. So just being that she is a consumer of the products, like that leads to like bolos that like now we have that we didn't even know that we, like I would have never like thought, like, because you go to a Disney store, their prices are expensive. You know what I mean? Like you can get stuff on clearance and stuff like that. But typically people like us, like resellers, like we don't like to pay retail for items. So just being able to go into a store that's like retail to the max, like, because Disney will extract every last cent they can from you and be able to make money, like that was mind blowing to me. When she started like pulling products, like, oh yeah, you could take this product and you can make X amount. You know what I mean? I was like, what? Like I thought maybe like you could grab something on like clearance, but like a straight up like regular priced item like that, like that's pretty awesome.
What up, Rev? Great to see you. D asks, what do you think about all the clearance? Worth picking up for Easter for next year?
So, yeah, definitely. We just picked up. Granted, Ashley's going to keep it, but she picked up a Mickey Mouse, like Easter Bunny type plush. But yeah, I always pick that stuff up in stash if you get it cheap enough. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go wrong with anything Disney at a cheap rate. Like we pick up a bunch of like the Disney Christmas items after they go on like deep clearance, and the next year, like even once it starts getting into like September, like the end of like, I just told Nate, like I just sold like a really chintzy Christmas item on Amazon in July, because some people celebrate like Christmas in July and stuff like that. Yeah, I pick if I can get stuff like that cheap, I pick it up and I stash it. You know, it's the same concept as like people that stash stuff for Q4. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be hot again at some point. Worldwide Wares has a question. He says, Pittsburgh, I was looking at your merch. It says it ships from Florida. Can you explain how does that work? Your eBay listing ships from another location. Who gets the money? Okay, so anything that happens as far as like merch for my channel, that's all done through a third party. Technically, it's made through Every Day I'm Hustling Goods, which is like Nate's like little merch company. So any merch that you get from me, Nate is kind of like the middleman that goes between wherever this print on demand company is and the consumer. So Nate's kind of like my he's my merch man. So it comes from wherever he gets it done through, I guess. So I don't know. I just throw links in the thing and I get a little kickback when somebody orders something. That's pretty much the way it works on my end.
Yeah, from a you know, we're all smaller YouTubers, and for example, like if me and Anthony would order a bunch of inventory and then have money sit on it, it might sell, it might never sell. We might have a lot of extra shirts laying around. So like the print on demand is the best way to keep the prices as low as possible, because you know we're super appreciative of anybody who would buy anything from us. So we want to make sure we get the maximum value, get a nice product out, and it would directly ship from them to you in a pretty timely manner. And we've both bought products and we wear them all the time, and you know it's definitely high quality stuff that we get done. But yeah, no worries if it comes from Florida. It's a good shape, trust me.
Yeah, it definitely is good quality stuff.
What up to Griffin? Appreciate you coming in, hanging out.
Yeah, appreciate you being here.
Our local viewer, so we appreciate it. Always love the hometown people coming to check us out.
Money for Mars says that they celebrate Christmas. If anybody wants to send some presents,
you know,
I'll send Nate over. We'll dye his beard white, and I'll send him over in his red suit.
Ho ho ho!
Full of awesome presents for you.
Yeah, like we're talking about like before about like buying some of the like clearance items and holding it. I'm actually a huge fan of that, where you're getting it for super, super cheap. And then even though you got to hold it, you're going to make hand over fist good money whenever that time comes around. And like Anthony was saying earlier, like, you know, he's even selling stuff before Christmas or Easter or whatever. So like, you know, those items aren't going to be like dead inventory for super long. So I actually want to set up my business where, you know, as soon as the holiday's over, I grab a bunch of the inventory. I just let it sit in my basement. And then whenever it comes time, like say 3 or 4 months before, I'll list it or make sure it's already listed. And then boom, you know, it kind of just explodes out the door. And, you know, you sell one item, you could be paying for 5, 10, 15, 20 of them just with one sale because you got them at such a cheap price. So, you know, it would pay hand over fist if you would do it, but you got to have the money and your cash flow and everything to be able to do something like that, because not everyone is set up to be able to have items kind of sit and not have a return as quick as, you know, as other people. So, but it's definitely something that if you can do it, I would recommend doing it. It's something I'm going to be trying to do more and more every time we have a holiday turn through.
I think his on-demand printing business thing that he sources through Worldwide Wares is in Florida. Although I don't know, because I did get that when I got my merch fulfilled, Ecom Beyond shirt, it came from New York. It came from Every Day Hustling Goods, Brooklyn, New York.
See what happens is the company that I go through, they have locations all over the United States, and they'll, depending on where you live and everything like that, they'll try to get closer to your location So they might be based out of Florida, like the company that I use, or the one that maybe mostly does most of the printing. But if they're a little bit backed up, they'll send it to New York. So this way the shipping's faster. It might be a little bit cheaper for them, where they might make an extra penny or two. But that's usually how that works. I want to say good morning to Best Offer Queen. What up, Aaron? Great to see you.
Hope you're feeling all right.
Right, definitely. Try that crackers and ginger ale. My wife did that every day. Every day.
Every day she's eating it. Crackers and ginger ale. We had a question here from the Hudsons. I'm trying to see where it is. Okay. It says, how would you handle an eBay sale that the purchaser has no rating? So I'm guessing like zero feedback. I've heard about scams. Would like to hear your thoughts on the sale. I have not shipped the Wii game yet. Thank you. Okay, so part of it sketches me out whenever that happens, but then a part of me is like, well, everybody starts at zero. So sometimes people can be on there like under a new account or something like that. What I would do is just pack the item as good as possible and maybe try to document the condition it's in. But I wouldn't let that worry you too much, because it's just as good a chance as could be just like a regular person that doesn't shop on eBay as much, or just could be a new convert to eBay. Maybe they normally shop on Amazon or something like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you're doing everything the right way, eBay should have your back.
Yeah, as long as it's packed well, and like he said, I would definitely take pictures of the game, like the side where it's scratched or whatever, where it would be scratched, or if it's not scratched, great. To document like, okay, this is what the disc looked like when I sent it. Take a picture of it being packed, then going in the envelope, and then at least you have those. So when if they would open up a return or saying the item's not described, or send you something that's not, you have all the documents. Boom, this is what it looked like. This is the picture. You already have that stuff to show eBay that, look, I'm doing this the correct way. This person's just trying to get out. But I think also eBay kind of knows, like, when there is someone that has no feedback, like, like they've seen this happen before. So I think eBay would handle that pretty well. So you won't have to worry as much too, because they know people are out there are trying to get free things or scam good sellers out of money or items. So I would worry, but I wouldn't worry like that much. Just do what you normally do and you should be fine. But yeah, I would just ship it, and as long as it gets there, you're in good shape. Just make sure that tracking's there, because as long as you got the tracking, which everything I'm guessing you would send out would also always have tracking, unless you're sending sports cards or something. That's why I do the sports cards with tracking.
Yeah, I normally do too. I probably still have a few up that are free shipping, but for the most part, I've noticed that I've even had some people do multiple cards just to maximize the shipping expense. But I'm sure I've probably missed some as well because of that as well.
Scott says, I'm having trouble with Merchfield today. It's not allowing me to select USPS on most orders. It's defaulting to FedEx, and the price is over $12 using Pirate Ship as a workaround. Sometimes it will glitch, to do that. I hope that doesn't happen to me, because I have a good amount of stuff going on, and my cash flow is nil right now. So I hope that's not the case, but maybe, unless it's something with the item you're shipping where they know it has to go ground or something. I'm not sure, but I would think it's more on the side of Amazon glitch. Mike also makes a good point. If you're going to worry about low feedback, you could set that so you sell only to a certain number of people with feedback, X or higher. That's a good point if you're worried about people with zero feedback. I've actually heard some eBay commercials lately, so that is a great sign for people that sell on eBay, like I'm sure a lot of us do, to hopefully get some more people on the platform. And then also they're doing, where you get commission for like sending out links and stuff like that. So like, for example, say if I throw a link for a digital scale or something in my description, and if it's an eBay item, then if it's my item, I'd actually pay no fees on it. So if I actually push that item, then I would pay no fees on that at all. So we might see an increase of lower feedback buyers just because of the big push I'm sure a lot of content creators are going to do moving forward, because Amazon has set theirs at either 0 or very, very low on a lot of categories right now.
What's up to Funky Fluffy and to Squashy? Appreciate you guys being here.
What up? Great to see you guys.
It's coming out strong today, guys. I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
We got all the cool accents in the house today.
Right.
We even got like the Pittsburgh E's crack-a-lacking up on screen here. We got a little bit of that southern drawl with Rev and Nikki in the chat.
You know what?
We're repping strong today, guys.
You froze on your oh, you're back now.
Sorry, my computer sometimes overloads when I put too much Handsome in front of it. So, my bad, guys.
Rev says USPS got me in a bind with 2 Zion cards. Both are held up in shipping.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Yeah,
Chris the Juice, what up, man? Good morning.
What up? Appreciate you being here, Chris. Always good to see you, my friend. Yeah, that's nothing worse whenever items get held up. I ordered a card from Australia, and it got held up in San Francisco and a couple different areas because of the pandemic and or the ongoing issue, and eventually came. The only thing, if you're the seller of an item and that's happening, the only thing you can tell them is, hey, there is a pandemic going on. They're doing the best they can, and they just gotta wait. You know what I mean? I have an item that I think was going to Germany, I think it was, or something like that, and it looks like it's been stuck there for a month. But I mean, there's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna refund them the money. I mean, anytime you order internationally right now, they should understand that, hey, there might be some delays or some things going on because of the different countries and areas having big time issues or whatever. But
it's crazy, man. Like for example, during the pandemic, I sent some mosaics to Thrift Beast over in Toronto. And my thing is, like, from Pittsburgh, I could drive to Chris's house in probably 5 or 5.5 hours. And it took like 3 weeks, almost like 2-3 weeks to get like some mosaics to him in Toronto. And I'm guessing it had to have just probably been like with COVID, things getting tied up in the border or something like that. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of that happening lately, where especially international packages are like taking a lot longer than you would expect. Because I sent that out first class international. That should have been there in like 2 to 3 days.
Funky wants to know your opinion on PayPal.
My opinion on PayPal. I still like PayPal. I don't like that they've changed their reseller policies to like not cover certain purchases that are made for resale. But I'm going to continue to use PayPal, as an option for like, YouTube auctions and stuff like that as well. I also signed up. I'm on the Venmo as well, because I have a buddy that I do consignments for, and I pay him through Venmo. But I'll probably still continue to use PayPal for that. I did sign up for eBay's managed payments. It hasn't gone through yet, although I'm guessing by the 15th it might. So I might be just solely using PayPal as a means to, collect payments and pay people soon. So I'm not entirely sure if I'd really use it for anything beyond that. And it might even just be kind of like an option, like one of several options that I use for that.
Yeah, we did a topic with this I think last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, if you're selling huge lots of items, or doing like sending out a lot of different items to one person who made a huge purchase, it might be better to send out smaller quantity invoices so that PayPal doesn't think you're sending a bunch of stuff to someone for resale. If they think it's for resale, then you lose out on that seller protection on the item where PayPal would take care of it or whatever. So just do. I'm gonna like, if I'm gonna do an auction tonight, I believe, and if someone bought multiple lots, I'm gonna have to do multiple invoices to protect myself that way. But
well, technically, it would protect them, not you, because as the seller, you're covered. As the buyer of resellable goods, you're not covered.
That is true.
So yeah, you'd still be fine as far as sending that out. And what I would say is, and what me personally, anything I send out to a buyer, I guarantee that item to the best of my knowledge. You know what I mean? So like, say I was to send you something, Nate, and you got it and it was trash. All you'd have to do is get a hold of me and be like, hey, this thing doesn't work, or this blah, blah, blah. And I would make it right. You know what I mean? So I think the buyers are going to have a little bit harder of a time going forward. But I think as long as the sellers are like, hey, we're reasonable, we're not out to get over on you, I think it'll be okay. It's just that PayPal's no longer extending that, you're okay to do a refund on resellable goods type thing.
So if you get an item from Anthony and it's you can contact Anthony directly.
Yep, and I'll take care of it. I will remove said corn and peanuts from said nugget of turd. I'm in the corn and peanut removal industry, guys.
Yeah, I know the post office is definitely behind, especially with international. I saw Funky said he sent out 24 packages, and they're still kind of in limbo. So, I mean, just gotta hold on.
Yep.
Lone Star says, the delayed delivery, if explained to buyer about USPS delays, to be patient, avoid telling them to suck it away. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people I've had to message back and forth with throughout the pandemic about delayed delivery. It's insane.
We got Mom in the house. She says Clay's visiting. Sorry, just checking in. Love you guys, but I'm visiting Clay. That is awesome. Glad
That's
Clay
awesome. Tell Clay I said what's up.
Tell him what up. Yeah, but international shippings, it's for me getting that item from Australia. It was slow, but it wasn't horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't horrible, even though it went from Australia to San Francisco all the way across to the great state of Pennsylvania. It wasn't too bad. It was probably an extra week or so, maybe 2 delay. So instead of getting my stuff in like when I ship stuff, it usually goes to Australia in say 7 days, like literally a week after I send it out. So there's an extra week or 2 delay. So I mean but it's anytime you do anything international, you always kind of expect it to kind of be that long. Now, if you're getting something from China, forget about it. You might get that next Christmas. Forget about it. Kelly said shipped out a book yesterday, and the medium mail expected delay was before the first class date. What? That's crazy. Mike says he had items from end of April that he hasn't received. Where were they coming from, Mike? That might be part of the reason, is depending on where, like it's China, forget about it.
Yeah. What's up, Fox Bama? Good to see you, my man.
What up? Great to see you. Hope all is well. Roll Tide. Oh,
I thought you were H2P, man.
H2P.
Hell to Pit.
Nah, I don't like Pitt.
You're Roll Tide.
I don't like Pitt. I really don't follow college sports as much as I used to.
So you're not down with Pitt then? How about Penn State? You down with Penn State?
I'm not down with Pitt. Clay says, "What up? We got Gate City Picker in the house. What up, homies? Good to see you, Paul.
Are you down with the 6'2", Nate?
Did you just say Roll Tide? Time to thumb down the Victoria says, "Gotta go, guys. Need to go to the post office and need to hit the thrift store today." Bye, Victoria. Have a
Get some
fantastic.
good stuff.
Get that money.
Yep.
So the question of the day is, what is Pittsburgh doing today?
What is Pittsburgh doing today? I gotta finish packing up all my orders, and then I'm gonna watch Uncle B's premiere, which is at 11:30.
So
And then right after Uncle B's premiere, I'm gonna go watch a premiere from the most handsomest man in all of Pittsburgh.
I'm not doing a premiere. What are you talking about?
I know, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. I said the most handsomest.
Yeah, that would be me.
No, we're talking.
That wouldn't be you. I'm confused now. Now you got me all confused.
Just click on my channel at 11:45 and you'll see what true handsomeness is all about, Nate.
I'll drop the link for Uncle B's premiere.
Paul says I'm not in Pittsburgh.
We've got an action-packed day today. We got
Yep. Then we got Amber at noon. The thing is, my video will be over before she even starts. You can come, watch Uncle B, pop right over to me, and then pop right over to her in unison, and it'll work out perfectly.
See, I said Roll Tide and Harlan appears. How about that? Yeah. What up, Harlan? So I hope I can say Roll Tide this year. I hope everyone gets a cheer for their college team. Doesn't look promising.
Yeah, that doesn't look too good.
I mean, like even with the NBA and stuff, like like it could all get pulled really quick. So hopefully things can just kind of work out. Hopefully, because I don't know if I can go without sports for another 6 months. But the thing it is kind of cool though. The NBA is only going to have a small little gap between seasons. So instead of having to wait basically 8 months or whatever for the NBA season to start again, boom, right back to the good old basketball.
Chris wants to know if I'm wearing a DDB hat. I'll let you be the judge of that, Chris.
You know it. That hat is definitely.
Yeah, I had to wear it backwards because it's blue on the other side.
I had to try and edit the DDB off the show, so I'm making sure his green screen doesn't.
Or even slide it over here.
Making sure that doesn't show up over there. Yeah, I got an action-packed day. I definitely got to get some shipping done. I got to unload my van, which that's my other half of. Well, I got one Amazon order sitting in boxes, just needing to be put into the right boxes, and then I have to start another one from scratch, ship out merch for Phil, and ship out some other stuff I'd packed from Saturday that just didn't get out in time because the mailman came early for once, which was very weird. Tom Cruise, what up?
What up, man?
You guys throw some really, really awesome auctions, man. Like
Definitely.
top notch. I think doing them once a month. You guys do them once a month, or is it more than once a month? But I think that's a good idea because you guys get to really charge up and bring some fire, which you guys definitely do.
Dude, we need to put an auction together again. Got the itch.
Do what? An auction together?
Yeah.
We can. Harlan said that his son had the Rona, but He had a fever for 1 day and he's fine. Well, that's good to hear, man. Hopefully, then now since he had that,
doing better.
Yeah, then he has the antibodies and all that good stuff, so he won't have it anymore. I really think I had that early, like January.
Yeah, and I think Nate gave it to me on Super Bowl Sunday. And he
You're
tried
welcome.
killing your boy. He tried
You're welcome.
killing your boy.
You're welcome.
I'm welcome.
Yeah,
I'm
now you
welcome
ain't gonna worry about it anymore. I got it out of your system. See, I got it in and out of your system.
Yeah, in and out. Yeah.
I mean, it's better to had it for that little 5 day to a week thing. At least you got to suffer with your boy. If you guys don't remember those live shows, I don't even know how we have anybody still watching us from those ones, because those ones are rough.
Yeah.
Me and Anthony, literally, it hurt me to even talk.
We
Sitting in the chair
spent like a week doing shows from like bed.
It's like, where's Anthony going to appear from today? From the kitchen table, from the toilet bowl. Anthony sang his prayers this morning from the porcelain.
Yeah, I've said many a prayers from there.
Hey,
God hears everywhere.
That was a rough, super rough. I was talking about the Rona. I hate Corona.
Nate was like Rudy Gobert to my Donovan Mitchell.
See you, D. Have a great day.
Have a good day, D. Press them plates.
You know it.
Best plates in the business, guys. DC sales.
I'm gonna have to come up with a design. I want to get a mat for my computer for when I do card stuff.
I actually may reach out to you later, D, because there's something I was thinking about getting made too. So,
because I got my printer that I go through now for the shirts and stuff. They only do limited stuff. I mean, they do a lot, but they don't do that, sadly. Paul said he just got a notification for a video from an average-looking guy from Pittsburgh. Is that what you're talking about? I'm going to guess and say that that is definitely who we were talking about.
I'll tell you what, though. If I had a poor self-image of myself, you call me an average-looking guy, that would make me feel pretty good about myself right now. Thank you, Paul.
Yellow Brick Road Reselling. So finally sold some optic mega boxes. Someone on eBay sells break spots. I accept less than I would have normally liked, but the market got flooded. That's what happens a lot, unless like basically like say like how like the first part of the pandemic, like they just stopped putting cards out because they just they basically shut down because they weren't essential. So that's the only time you really see it, like a scarce market and that type of stuff. A lot of times this is what it's going to be normally for a lot of times. So, I mean, if you're going to pick up stuff, make sure it's, really good stuff in the cards. Like, you almost have to know about the draft class or what the rookies are when buying cards like that, unless you have a connection or you can grow a connection with somebody where you can, hey, every time I get these, I'll buy them for this. We'll do it with PayPal or whatever. And then this way, you can definitely make some money and not have it sit. Because like those scorecards I bought those jumbo packs, and they just sat and sat. So I just opened them, and the cards for those have been a little tough to sell. But it is what it is. If Joe Burrows turns out to be a freak of nature quarterback, which
I hope Joe Burrows turns out to be doo-doo brown.
Well, I mean, from a collecting side, I got like 10 of his rookie cards. So if he turns out to be the next John Elway, but the rest of the team is bad, I'll take that every day of the week. What's up to Joseph, Uncle B's bro? They do their football show Tuesday, I believe at 9:30, 8:30. I always forget the time of that.
So what Nate's trying to say is they do a football show sometime.
9:30 Eastern. 9:30 Eastern. I had it set. I have it set as a reminder. I just double checked. But if anyone likes sports like we do, check it out. They always do different teams. Last week they did the Packers.
Yeah, I'm still partial to the show they did about the Steelers, though. for more than one reason.
Harlan, I bought the blasters. The blasters actually pretty good. You know, they have relics and autos and things like that. But the jumbos that I bought, the best thing about them was the red border, which is cool, but at the same time, it's not cool enough to.
I wish I could find some of this optic that they're reprinting. I would love to open up some optic.
Right. So, Yellow Brick Road, if you want to throw some optic this way.
Hint.
I'm a fair guy. I'm a fair guy. I know you want to make some money. Hit me up. I like cards. That's the only time like I'll buy cards. Like I can't. Like I did buy some off of Seesaws. Like I bought some blasters or whatever for 50, which that actually was not a bad thing because I did pull a Zion and stuff. So
yeah, you did good out of those, dude. You did better than all the ones I've given you.
Yeah.
Well, the other ones I got for myself been trash as well.
Which, if you guys want to see a break that I did, it'll be on the show tomorrow, or after the show tomorrow is a premiere. So I get to open up probably the last mosaic that I'm probably going to get my hands on, just for the fact that I have a lot of it. I've bought a lot of good cards out of it, and yeah, I mean that's the only time I might open up any cards. Is basically retail price, or unless I get a good deal on them. Mm-hmm. She sold all 9 boxes, sold for $75 per box. That's actually not a bad price. Were they megas or were they blasters?
They were megas.
That's actually not a bad price, I don't think.
How much are megas retail?
I'm not.
I know. What were they, like 50 for mosaic? I don't know if they were the same for. Are they the same for other sets, or are they like 40 for optic?
I think they might be the same. I'm gonna guess the same, but Thrifting Goomba said I may have returned some of the Panini Prism baseball that I bought. Yeah, I went to the store after I got some of the blasters sent to me, the scores. I actually saw a bunch of score blasters,
awesome.
But I didn't.
He said retail was $37.84.
Really?
That's awesome.
That's actually not.
If I could find,
that's a good flip.
Dude, I would rip that though for $37.84 to get a Zion or a Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the optic stuff is like the next best after Prism. Either them and Mosaic or Mosaic and Prisms or optic is, in my opinion, would probably be the top 2, like tied.
Yeah.
Like the Prism is the most like desirable, but the Mosaic and the optic are always good sets to buy. I like the different ways and stuff. It's pretty cool.
It's that part of the show where the cat wants to come take over, Nate. I'm trying to hold him back, but he may start purring, and if he does that, then I may melt.
Is he gonna claw your face?
No, he wants petted. He wants treats, probably. Oh, good boy. He's trying to overtake the computer.
Yellow Brick Road says they're going for $105 the day I bought them, but took the advice from someone to sell them on Discord group, which was a flaw. I should have put them on eBay right away. Yeah, I mean, anytime you get cards, you definitely want to throw them on eBay. The Discord groups are where you're going to get good, solid connections with people. You know what I mean? Where, you know, like I said, like you can set up where, hey, if I get said box of cards, how much will you guys pay? And you know, this way that you know you made for sure money anytime you see those things. Hip Flip Mom says, guys, I was told by Clan Tom I am not to touch cards at any time in my life.
So you showed them the clip then of you like manhandling those cards.
I forgot to make a meme for the show, and I failed.
So Mama had a stack of cards that was like about this tall, and she's like
I thought she was about to play some poker.
Yeah.
I was like,
deal me in.
Yeah, I was like, throw me the cards. I was about to start going through them like this.
The best part is she went live with Nate when she was doing that, And then in the exact same live, they pulled up the live that they were on and started cutting up on the live. It was funny.
If you guys need something funny to listen to in the background during your day, definitely check out Mama's video of that. That was funny, super funny, especially the beginning and towards the end. I was cracking up, laughing, crying at one point. It was so funny.
Uncle B just said he's almost to 500 subscribers.
What?
Awesome, dude.
Get it.
You're about at that half stack, bro.
Then when you get to that 700 mark, like I did, then you fall into the pits of depth, or the 1.35 where I get to 1.36 and then I lose 5 subs somehow and I get to 1.35 again. I cannot get above that. My channel is ghost locked. So, but it's starting to become that time. We got Uncle B's premiere here in literally 3 minutes and some change. So we're gonna cut off here. Anthony, you got anything you want to say to the great people that are still here 38?
Yes, I would like to let all of the great people know right after Uncle B's premiere, I have one where I went to Goodwill and we found some pretty cool stuff. So I want you guys to come check it out at 11:45. I wish I found some Cavs stuff. That would have been awesome. So yeah, come check that out. And then tomorrow we're going to be back on my channel at 10 a.m. for the best morning show on the YouTubes.
You know it.
So I appreciate y'all, and see you in just a little bit over on Uncle B's channel.
Yep, Uncle B threw the links for Uncle B's premiere and also Anthony. So make sure to set reminders for that, just in case you forget. And Robin, what up? Sorry we're cutting off as soon as you come in, but appreciate you coming in. And we will see you all great people tomorrow and at the premiere in a few minutes. Later.
You guys want to play with my cat?